Hi, everybody. It's Miss Landry, and I am here to tell you all about your students' experience this year in seventh grade life science. Some of you know me. I've had some of your students as sixth graders last year, so I'm very excited to see them again this year. But let's just jump right in and see what we're doing. I'm going to try and make this short for you. I know you've got a few of these videos to watch. My background is right there. Some of you already know my background. One of the things I did want to go over, though, is my theories kind of behind teaching. The number one thing that I want your kids to get out of this class is a love of science. Not just science, but the process of science. Like, enjoy the process. Enjoy that, like, maybe your hypothesis is wrong and you've learned something. Like, it's so exciting. So I really want to get that across to them. I really want them to become critical thinkers, meaning if they hear something on the news or they read something, they don't immediately accept it. They start to question things. And speaking of questioning, I really want them to start questioning the world they live in with why and how and when and where. I think about the fact that bumblebees, if you ever look at bumblebees really closely, they're really fuzzy. And so why? Like, really start to observe the world and ask the why. I want them to be safe and confident about their role in our class. I really love it when they ask questions and they feel confident enough to say they don't know. So that's my goal for this class. And then I want them to feel challenged. Now, being challenged doesn't mean that they feel pressured. So it's challenged to really try and to dig deep, but not to feel like, oh my gosh, I failed. Because in science, failing is not a bad thing. It just means you found a way that didn't work. So that's the goal. Okay. When it comes to where to find stuff, everything that your student needs will be on Canvas. And I mean everything. So I set up Canvas in a way, if you look here, I'm going to get a pen and do a little drawing on here. Every day has its own page, basically. So if your student is absent, let's say they were absent on this Tuesday, they can click right into that day, and then everything that they could possibly need is right there for them. So for example, here's today's day. Everything is hyperlinked, meaning they just go right in to that day. Everything they need is there. They just click on it and they're where they need to be. Less clicks, more efficiency, really easy access, and it's great if kids are absent. I always post everything. I try to get everything up a week early. So if your kids are going to be gone or anything, they have everything they need right there. Let's now talk about what we're going to cover. And I'm going to kind of fly through this because like I said, I do want to make this pretty quick for you. Right now, we are going through our first unit on experimental design. And so we're starting to learn about the different variables in an experiment, how to set it up. Then today, you should ask your student about it today, which was Wednesday. We did a simulation of a clinical trial for a headache drug. It was a lot of fun. I think the kids enjoyed it. So they learn everything about clinical trials and ethics, especially with when testing on humans. Then we go into graphing and data. We look at correlation versus causation, which is one of my favorite things to teach. I have this graph that shows as the number of pirates increases, so does global temperature. So we talk about the difference between correlation and causation and how that leads to false news. And then finally, we finish with defending our stance about our hypothesis using then a lab report. Each unit has a final project, like a culminating project for the end. And this one is a roly-poly lab. I have pictures there. The kids are going to be designing a house for them, and then they're going to change one variable, and they're going to collect data on it. They're going to create a graph, and then they're going to present it to the class along with their CER. Second unit, which will be the first semester, is the human body. We're going to be looking at circulatory and respiratory, so gas exchanges. We're going to look at the nervous system and the immune system, reproductive, which is this is a good age to jump into that, and then finally digestive and nutrition. We have a lot of labs in this unit. This is just a few to take a look at. Dissections, yes, we're going to do at least one. We already are decided to do the heart, and we're trying to decide on whether or not to do the brain. So I'll let you know how timing falls out on that. You guys always want to know about, so assignments are worth 25%. I don't assign a ton of homework. If I do assign homework, I generally will give kids some time in class to get it started. Usually it's an Ed Puzzle, which is a video program where I embed questions while they're watching it. I always make my videos less than 10 minutes. I'm trying to do that on this, but I don't think it's going to happen. They might have post-lab questions or research for something we're doing in class. I do retrieval practice every other day about the content. It's basically a quiz, but it's very low stakes. And I always give them 2 tries, and I record the highest in the grade book. Projects and labs are 25%, much like assignments. I do include safety, respect, and engagement as part of the lab grade. And we, like I said, we try to have 2 a week. Tests are worth 40%, and they'll have a lot of practice up to the test. We are trying to reduce the number of multiple choice questions and go more with skill-based labs. So there'll be like a lab portion to the test where they have to show me some of their skills. There will be a second attempt available. We're still working that out between the teachers that teach the course. And then finally, we're not going to have a final exam this year, but we do have that culminating project. And it's going to be the same among all sections and teachers. Give me a call. Actually, don't email me. I didn't put my phone number on here because it's very rare that I'm anywhere near a phone. So shoot me an email. I would love to talk to you. I feel so blessed to have your kids in my class. We are just already having such a good time. Hope you have a great night, and email me if you have any questions at all. Take care.